Have you ever wondered why some people always seem to walk alone? They move through life quietly, invisible in crowds, fading into the background while everyone else laughs, connects, and belongs. You might see them at coffee shops, scrolling through their phones, pretending they're busy. But behind those calm eyes is a deep ache, a feeling that no one truly sees them. And here's the truth. Loneliness isn't just bad luck. It's not always the world rejecting you. Sometimes it's your own patterns, your own psychology, slowly pushing people away, quietly, without you even noticing. Carl Jung, one of the greatest psychologists who ever lived, said, "Loneliness does not come from being alone, but from being unable to communicate the things that seem important to you." In other words, loneliness is not about missing people. It's about missing connection. Today, let's explore 5 deep personality traits that people who don't have friends often share, not to judge, but to understand. Because when you understand yourself, you stop being your own enemy. And that's where connection truly begins. 1. The overthinker, trapped in the mind. The first trait is overthinking. It's the mind's prison, silent, invisible, and exhausting. These people analyze everything. What did she mean by that text? Did I say something wrong? Why didn't they invite me? They replay moments again and again until reality disappears, replaced by imagination and fear. And slowly they start to withdraw, not because they hate people, but because social life feels like walking through emotional landmines. Carl Jung believed that when a person identifies too much with their thinking mind, they lose touch with the living soul. They live in thoughts, not in feelings. But connection doesn't happen in the head. It happens in the heart. Overthinkers crave safety. But the connection is not safe. It's messy, unpredictable, and beautifully human. To find friends, you have to let go of the need to control how people see you. You have to let moments breathe. Because people don't bond over perfection. They bond over presence. The 2, the guarded heart, afraid of being hurt again. The second trait is emotional armor. Some people wear their confidence like a shield, charming, funny, and successful on the outside, but emotionally locked on the inside. They've been hurt before, betrayed, abandoned, used. So now they build walls, believing they're protecting themselves from more pain. But those same walls keep love and friendship out. Jung called this false identity the persona, the mask we wear to survive in the world. But masks don't breathe, masks can't feel, and masks don't connect with other masks. True connection requires vulnerability. It means saying, "I'm not okay," without fear of being judged. It means trusting again, even when you have every reason not to. Vulnerability is not weakness, it's courage in its purest form. And the truth is, the more open you are, the more others open up too. People mirror your energy. When you show your soul, they show theirs. B. The silent judge, the shadow at work. The third trait is judgment. It's quiet, invisible, and deadly to connection. It whispers, "He's fake. She's annoying. They're not my type." But according to Carl Jung, what you judge in others is often what you deny in yourself. He called it the shadow, the dark, rejected part of your personality that you don't want to face. When you dislike someone's arrogance, maybe it's because you secretly crave confidence. When you hate someone's neediness, maybe it's because you've buried your own need for care. Judgment is self-protection disguised as wisdom. It makes you feel superior for a moment, but it keeps you alone for a lifetime. The path to connection begins with compassion. You don't need to like everyone, but you do need to understand that everyone is carrying invisible wounds, just like you. The person you're judging might just be your mirror, showing you what you haven't yet healed. 4. The negative energy, the emotional drain. Some people don't realize that energy speaks louder than words. You can say the right things, wear the right clothes, and even smile. But if your energy feels heavy, people sense it immediately. These are the ones who always complain. Nothing ever goes right. People can't be trusted. Life is unfair. They're not bad people. They're just hurt people who never learned how to release pain. Negativity becomes their identity, and slowly they push people away without even meaning to. Jung once said, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate." That means if you never face your sadness will start shaping your relationships. If you don't heal your anger will speak before you do. People are drawn to warmth, not to bitterness. You don't have to be unrealistically positive, but you do have to be aware. Even saying something like, "I've been hurt, but I'm trying to heal," is far more magnetic than "everything always goes wrong." Because healing energy feels safe, and safe people attract everyone, without effort, without pretending. 5. The empathy block, the frozen heart. The last trait is the loss of empathy. This is when a person becomes emotionally numb, not because they don't care, but because caring once hurt too much. So they stop feeling, they stop listening, they stop connecting. Life becomes mechanical, work, sleep, repeat. But empathy is the soul's language. It's how two spirits recognize each other. When you lose empathy, you stop seeing people as humans. You start seeing them as noise. Carl Jung believed that empathy is the bridge between the conscious and the unconscious. It's the place where your heart truly wakes up. When you allow yourself to feel again, even the sadness, even the pain, you come back to life. Because numbness protects you from pain, yes, but it also protects you from joy. And without joy, no friendship can survive. The Jungian truth about loneliness. Carl Jung saw loneliness as a spiritual calling, not a curse. He believed that loneliness appears when your outer world no longer matches your inner world. It's the soul's way of saying, you've outgrown the people who can't hear your truth. So if you're feeling disconnected right now, maybe you're not broken. Maybe you're just awakening. Maybe your loneliness is guiding you to rediscover yourself before you try to find others. Because when you meet yourself deeply, your fears, your shadows, your truth, you stop needing fake connections. You stop begging to be understood, and you start attracting people who already understand. That's the paradox of healing. When you stop chasing people, the right ones begin to find you. When you stop pretending, real love appears. When you finally become authentic, connection follows naturally. The closing reflection. So here they are, the 5 hidden traits. The overthinker, the guarded heart, the silent judge, the negative energy, and the empathy block. Each one is a doorway, not a dead end. If you can recognize even one of them in yourself, that's not failure. That's awareness. And awareness is the beginning of transformation. Because people who don't have friends aren't destined to be alone forever. They're simply souls who haven't yet learned how to meet themselves fully. Carl Jung said, "The privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are." When you finally do that, when you stop hiding behind overthinking, fear, judgment, and pain, you begin to attract people who see you, not your mask. People who hear your silence. People who stay. Friendship isn't about how many people you know. It's about how deeply you connect with the few who understand your heart. So if you've been walking alone lately, don't rush to fill the silence. Sit with it. Learn from it. Heal through it. Because once you come home to yourself, you'll never truly be alone again.